It's Nikki Miss Week. Let's keep it cute. Sipping, reading, feeling real cute. Hey Disney friends, welcome to our channel if you are new and welcome back if you're returning. I'm Nikki, your favorite little sister. And today we're here to talk about one of the places all my money goes to. We're going to talk about all the authors I am currently patrons of on Patreon. But before that, an honorable mention has to go to Aubrey Penn, because if she drops us a box or a book or anything, if her hands touch it, I want it and immediately buy it. So if she ever creates a Patreon, I will definitely be joined. I just want to throw out that little disclaimer. I have a bunch of boxes that I need to open up for Nikki Miss, and most of them are by her. So just throwing that out there. But now to the real patrons. Okay, so now on to the authors I'm patron to. First, we have CCJ, Miss Christina C. Jones herself. Baby, her Patreon is popping. She is the one I've been patron to by far the longest. And for a really long time, I was only patron to her, to hers. So what's funny is when we had saw Sarita and I that she was having it, the Jonesies was closed. That was the highest tier. You got everything from the previous ones, the audiobooks, the physical books, the ebooks, the chapter updates, but you also got a bi-monthly book box. And Sarita was devastated. And I promise you, like, it sold out so fast, y'all. It was like the day we saw it, we went to do it and it was over, okay? Devastation on Sarita's part. To the point where my sister boldly got into Miss CCJ's inbox and was like, girl, what is it? What's it about? Eventually, CCJ did open it back up and Sarita jumped on it. At the time, I, in my bank account, was like, don't play. And I got the tier that you only got the physical books and the ebooks. Sarita's big bank having self went straight to the $50 tier. Mine was like, it's fine. I'm mature. I don't need to have all the things Sarita has. Until Sarita had it and I didn't, and I wanted it on the Jonesies. The box was so nice, you guys, and I was so jealous. But again, the Jonesies tier was closed down. So I think it was like 2 boxes later, 1 or 2 boxes later, when it opened back up and I was able to join that tier. I loved getting the box every other month, obviously, but it was so cool to see how she would curate the box to fit a certain book or a certain series and how the author interpreted their work. Sometimes there's so many book boxes out there, and it's kind of like how a reader interprets it. So it was fun to see how she wanted to bring a book to life in box form. By far, CCJ's is so satisfying. I've, as I said, been a part of it the longest, and it's truly like a community all on its own. So right now, because the Jonesies box was taken away, I have the highest tier, which is $30, and it's the All the Words. So we get everything. And baby, I have no regrets. Okay, I have no regrets. This Patreon is, I feel like I'm always getting something. Every time I open my email, there's a new chapter updated. Now, me being the kind of girl that I am, very greedy reader, okay, I wait until the story's complete to read them. But I do love to see, once I've read it, to go back and see like all the interactions and the comments other people have left under the chapters. And to see like what CCJ replied to, or, just all those little things that aren't really open to the public. Me as a reader, I want to know everything. I've said it before, I will say it again, I am a character-driven reader. So to have access to the author's inner workings of, is it really what I was thinking, or am I pushing? Is it a reach? Is it, what was she really thinking? And that is going to always be a draw for me, especially because when there's books that Sarita and I have both read, when we agree strong. But when we disagree, and Sarita's really difficult because she will not admit when she's wrong. So it's nice to be able to go back and have that, unfiltered access. I'm not going to tell anyone how to spend their coins, okay? But CCJ is a monthly expense I do not regret. Oh, and what's also cool is you get a discount code for her website. So when you're shopping on her website or she's dropping a box or something, all those discount codes apply. So in my head, it really pays for itself. So do I recommend? Yes. 1,000 times yes. I have no regrets. And it's been like 3-ish years, I want to say. I didn't get on the Jonesies immediately, but I've been a part of her Patreon since it opened. And there's no looking back. I'm not going anywhere. We are locked in. So again, that is CCJ's Miss Christina C. Jones. So up next we have Tia Love, The Lover's Room. I want to say I joined Tia's Patreon a year ago. I've been a patron to it since it started. I can't remember if it was the end, if it was last year or the year before, but like towards the end of the year. And I have the highest tier for that. It's the Book Baddie. And this one is cool because you get a quarterly box catered to the book club meeting. And behind the scenes access, you get exclusive content, which is, again, access and information, her thoughts on her characters and the world building she is doing. And there is a few stories that you can only find on her on her Patreon. So that's always fun. There's also like, I don't know if it would be called deleted scenes or like extended scenes, but it's more so of maybe there's a question you had about, like, for example, there's a story, like it's not a story, but like it's a long chapter, I guess. And it's a conversation between Calliope and her mother. And I don't know about you, but if you've read Professional Pleasure, you know she has a odd relationship with her mother. So I always had questions about that. And especially going into book 2, you got more questions because she's just not there. There's a chapter that answers that. And it's quite sad and heartbreaking, but it's those little things for me as a reader that really brings a story to life, really brings a character to life. I want to know more. I want to know everything. And Tia's book club is really fun for that. And then when we have the quarterly book club meetings, it's because it doesn't happen every month or every other month, it feels like a real nice girly meetup where we're talking about books and we're talking about whatever the book is being featured that month, but then we're talking about other books. And it's just a really fun, girlish hangout. And Tia always sets the mood and sets the vibe, something that means a lot to me and Sarita, as you guys know. And there is a Discord. This one is just, I actually love it because I think Tia's boxes are so unique. The things that she sends out are, I feel like they're catered to her personality, if that makes sense. Like, it's not just a hoodie, it's a cropped hoodie. It's not just a bag, it's like a baddie bag, you know? There's just all those little touches that Tia puts on her things that are extremely enjoyable for me. I will say Tia likes to play in my face. She knows what she did to me. She knows what story I'm waiting for her to update. So this is not news to her. But stop playing in my face, Tia, update my story. Because she stopped on a cliffhanger, and the way Tia does it, it's kind of like seasons of shows. And this particular story I'm talking about, it's kind of like a urban soap opera, and it's just not its season yet, but I'm tired of waiting. I don't care, okay? I want more. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. But we also get behind the scene access to Tia's work process and just to chat with the other girlies. It's a really good time. Tia has definitely curated a vibe with this one, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Okay. Now we have my boo, Sky Moon. Let me tell you, let me set the mood, okay? Sarita and I were doing this thing last year where we would pick a book for each other to read that we would read together, or not together, but we each were reading it. And I had picked Beast by Sky Moon, which is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And after that, I became obsessed with her, okay? Just obsessed. So we had interviewed her and she talked about her Patreon. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's where I need to be. Because the way she formulates words, beyond. I was so obsessed with that story and so amazed to find out that that was the first book she ever wrote. Excuse me? You're coming out the gates with this? Baby, I was here for it. And what's so cool about all these patrons is each author, you kind of get their moods and their vibes from it, because they're all not giving the same thing, but giving similar things, but done in their unique way. And what is so cool about Sky Moons is she literally will just pop in with a random question and a random poll, and you're answering it, but you have no idea what it's for, right? So I know one time I can't remember what the name was, but it was like, what's your favorite name? And so we're all voting. I'm like, oh my goodness, what main character is this name gonna be? Y'all, she was naming a perfume. She doesn't give any backstory to what we're voting on. She just like blindly vote. And I'm here for it, because when it comes back up, it's never what you think. And I don't know why I get so tickled by that, but I thoroughly enjoy it. So for Sky Moons, I'm also a part of the highest tier, which is $25. I don't know if I mentioned, but Tia's is $30. But it's $25 and it's the last quarter. I get the physical book. You also get a discount code for her website with this one. I don't know if Tia's offers a discount code, actually. I don't know, because I already owned all her books, and then we get the books. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I will note it if there is a discount code. But with Sky Moons, you also get a discount. We also get something that I love, early access to all her book boxes and swag bags. We get the link before it is made public, which, as someone who loves book boxes, I really, really dig. And the discount code works on those as well. I'm always going to want the physical book. So if there's a tier offering a physical book, that's where I'm usually going to go. Excuse me. We also get the digital work in progress, is what it's called. Those updated chapters that I mentioned, I wait for the whole thing. It's called digital updates. And work in progress, excuse me. And why I love to see like the titles and what's being worked on. Again, it's like fan fiction. That's why I won't read a fan fiction unless it's done or like has a lot of chapters. Because if I'm really enjoying something, I'm going to blow through it, and they get mad when there's not more. So I don't want to play in my face, and I don't want to be in the author's DMs. So I wait because I know myself. Sky Moon is really good about updating hers. I feel like we're always getting a lot of work in progress, and she's very open with her communication on when the physical book is coming, and just things like that. I'm not sure about the other tiers, because this is the tier I'm in. But I really enjoy this one. She also has a thing where she does, I want to say it's called like, what is it called? Something's of a creative, like rambling of a creative. I don't think that's what it's called, but I know creative is in it, where she'll just drop in and give like her random thoughts on something, or if she's struggling with a scene. And it's just really fun to get those insights into an author's minds. As a reader, again, I love to know what sparked this, because Sarita is I'm not creative. So someone's creative process really intrigues me. Like Sarita will see something, and then this wildfire will grow in her head. And I'm just like, we saw the same thing. How did 1 + 1 is 2, right? How did you get 4? So I love to get those creative ramblings on how someone who's creative's mind works. So for me, the physical books, because I really enjoy Sky Moon's writing, it does something for me. But those creative ramblings and the one-on-one it kind of creates, her openness and her transparency in Patreon, is an extreme draw for me for Sky Moon's Patreon, and it's called XO Sky Moon. On to the next. So next we have Nicole Falls. Admittedly, I'm very new to Nicole Falls' Patreon. I joined in January of this year, but that's only because I didn't know there was a Patreon. I feel like a lot of authors be real low key with their Patreons, right? And I don't know why. If she had talked about it or posted about it, I did not know. I did not see it. So I was so happy. And I honestly don't remember how I came across it. She might have actually posted about it. I don't remember how I came across it, but I'm so happy to be here. So this one I have is the Cocktail on Me. And her Patreon's called Nicole Falls. Really easy to find. That's another thing. Sometimes off their Patreons, you'll hear about it. But if you don't catch the link, or if the link isn't active in their link tree, it's hard to find because it'll have a cute, clever name. So her name, yet Nicole Falls, made it really easy to find. This one is $12. We do get the paperback of future things. We get behind the scene process and ebooks. What was really nice was, oh, and there's a book club meeting. I, again, have not made it. It's kind of hard when you live on the West Coast and everyone's on the East Coast. The times that work for them don't really work for me. Or if it's like, it's a working time, it's just a day I'm busy. And I don't know how that keeps happening, but it does. So, but that's neither here nor there. It's not important. What is that I'm a part of this one. So I have not made it to a book club meeting yet, but I have been on here. And again, admittedly, it's still newer to me compared to the other ones. So I haven't fully got Nicole's vibe, but see, I call Nicole because I'm a part of Patreon. We're homegirls or whatever. But she's very active and also very transparent about her writing process, which is something that I thoroughly enjoy. And she also does the work in progress chapter uplinks. Again, I can't really tell you about that because that's just not where I'm at. But I do love after, even if I'm reading like the full book once we got the physical copy or something, I love to go back and read the comments and to see if, oh, this person said that and she used that suggestion. Or if it was like, oh, just keep watching or just keep reading. I say watching because sometimes reading a book is like watching a movie, but just keep reading and, you know, this will happen, or just all those little nuances. It thrills me in a way like you can't even imagine. And Nicole Falls is by far the cheapest one that I'm a part of, which I truly appreciate because your girl, she has a bit of a problem, as you guys are now seeing. But I do love getting those little author notes and those personal touches. Again, it's such a great way to get to know the author on a personal level that probably isn't as easy or as easily accessible normally, if that makes sense. But I'm here and I have no complaints. Okay, so next we have Miss Kenya Georgie Bell. I am a part of, not the highest tier, because babies goes up. But I am a part of the $30 tier, which is the grownest and sexiest. We actually think I'm a part of the wrong tier, actually, because I thought I got the right tier, but recently, upon my research, I might have to go up to the next level to get the physical book. Because why I love all the behind the scenes and getting in the author's head, I also want them physical books. So I might be changing my tier for hers. We'll have to see. But I have the Grown and Sexy. That includes a release day Zoom party, which I don't know. There's just something about having access to an author in a smaller space that really speaks to me, because sometimes when you're meeting at book events and things, so much is going on, you don't get to have that one-on-one. So that is another draw for me for patrons, those book club meetings that I keep missing. Don't ask. You get 3 non-safe for work images, access to some of her books. My tier is included with A Christmas Message, Love on the Run, The Alien Baby Daddy, and Darling Nikki. Oh, that Darling Nikki, y'all, is a wild, wild ride. Okay? Okay. Just throwing that out there. This is another one where it's really cool. You get she does a lot of work in progresses, like updates and things. And Baby, when I tell you, when I say it's a lot, I mean that-ish, okay? She is constantly updating and is so organized with letting you know what stories are coming, when you can see an update, when this book will be done. She writes out her writing plan and sticks to it. I enjoy that. I like to know things, and she keeps me in the know. She's another one that, I don't know if I mentioned, I've been patron to only since January of this year. So it hasn't been that long for me to have a full scope, of her Patreon. But I am enjoying it, and I do feel like it's worth the money so far. So there's just something about getting them chapters of updates and having the access that really does it for me. And again, I love how on top she is of her updates on what you can look forward to on, okay, you're not a part of this tier, but if you want the book, you can get it here. That's something that I haven't seen. I don't know if it's because I'm on the highest tier on the other ones. I don't know if others do that or not, but she did send a message that if you want the physical book and it's coming out, you can get it here. You know, very neat and organized, and I thoroughly enjoy it. She's good for that dark stuff. And that's what really drew me to her. I really enjoyed her writing. I like that the characters are dynamic and different than what I'm used to. So she herself is a draw for me. I just think she's so adorable and her energy is infectious. So yeah. I'm gonna have to do an updated version of this in like a year or so when I can be more familiar with their Patreon, kind of like I am with Tia's and CCJ's. Like, I've been all there long enough to know, and Sky Moon's too, what the real draw for me is. But I have no complaints. I'm thoroughly enjoying the space and hearing other people's thoughts, especially because Ken Georgie Bell does mostly interracial. She does have some Black romances on there, and as I mentioned, there's an alien in there as well. But because of that, it's not, the people commenting, her other patrons aren't exactly people that I run into all the time. So to hear their thoughts and to meet new people is always fun and engaging. We also have my boo, Alexandra Warren. Now let's be clear. Hers just opened up in March. It just opened up in March. So it's very new. But with that being said, baby girl has been doing a lot. Alexandra Warren's is called The Locker Room, which I think is adorable. It's all like pink and girly and frilly. I'm a part of her MVP tier, and it's $18 a month. We get a signed physical copy of new releases, free early access to ebooks, free early access to some indie audiobook releases, and 2 additional entries into a monthly giveaway. Listen, what's so cool about this one, and as I said, it's only been a month, so we haven't gotten any physical product, and nor like any works in progress or anything, but she has taken us to the pack and to her back catalog and really introduced us to the characters in a new way, introduced us to her mindset of, like, one, she mentioned how when this book was published, I actually had just moved and dived into being a full-time author for the first time. And it's stuff like that that speaks to my soul, okay? I don't know why her geological location, where she's living, matters about when I'm reading this book, but I feel like there's layers to an author's catalog from the beginning to the end, or to their current one, and not just in how they construct their stories and how they've grown like that, but in where they were in that point in their lives, at least to me. So to find out while this book that was dropping, she was in a completely different headspace, that she was on to the next, and that she used to teach kindergarten. Did you know that? I didn't know that, because I never thought to ask, what did you do before you were an author or why you are an author? Never crossed my mind, never. So hers is just so cool, because I feel like every time she uploads, we're learning something new, either about her or about a book that we all know and love. Hers, I feel like she really does use it as a locker room girl chat. And it's just so fun. I'm loving it. I had told her and she was like, oh, great. That's so awesome. Girl, you are doing all the things right with this one. The locker room is a place to be. Again, I cannot speak on getting anything because right now it is just been the first month. But within that first month, I feel like I've learned so much about her writing process, and the books, some of the books that I love. We haven't reached them all because, you know, baby got backlists, okay? But we've learned a lot, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. Okay, so the last one on Patreon too is Jacquel J. Baby, I patroned hers in February, the day it dropped. I blame Shay because I didn't know she was going to have a Patreon, but immediately I had to join. Y'all know how I feel about Capone and them. Jacquel J is my new obsession, and there was no way she was going to have a Patreon and I wasn't going to be a part of it. Let that be that, okay? So she only has one level for her Patreon, and it's $20. And with this one, you do not get a physical book, but you can be entered into a giveaway. You get exclusive content, exclusive sneak peeks. Baby, again, I have learned so much. And some of the stuff I'm like, I can't read that yet because I'm not there, okay? I'm still on Capadonna. I can't be knowing all this, but I do enjoy it. She has done so many posts within this first month that I know that hers is worth it. Again, it's only been a month, but we have gotten so much insider trader information that I cannot share with you guys, but just know it's there, okay? Hers is fun. The chat goes up. She does lives, which again, I have not joined, but this is Percival because for ironically enough, when she's doing it, I am available to watch, but I don't know what they're talking about and I don't want any spoilers. So I have not joined. I need to catch up. I know. I just need to find time to not live life and just read. That's what I need to do. But I love it here, okay? And we also get early access to links when she's doing swag bags and things like that before the general public. Do you see how I say general public? Because in Patreon, you're a VIP. I'm a VIP in all these patrons. And that's what I like. I like having the access. I like having the option to purchase before everyone else. And do sometimes I have to go to my sister to buy it because I don't have the money to purchase it myself? Yes, I do. But that's none of your business, okay? It's fine. But I just, I love it. She is very hands-on with her Patreon. And that's what I should have said about Alexander Warren. They're very hands-on, and I like that. Again, there's no guarantee of a physical product with this one. So you have to still do stuff to make it worth it, right? And I feel like she does that in spades. Baby, not even banking on the giveaways. You can get books, swag, anything that she's feeling like giving away that time. But it's more so the access to, again, learning more about these characters. She has dropped some nuggets in here. And by the title, I know I'm not ready to read it, but I can tell it is a nugget. I can tell that anyone who loves her work or enjoys her writing or wants to know more, this is where you need to be. And again, I justify it because it's only $20 and I'm happy to be here. I love all the authors that I have patroned and I love what I'm getting from them without sounding, shady. I don't know. I just am thoroughly happy to be here. Again, I do want to try and update this in a year because who knows who I've added to my roster. So that brings me to, if you have an author that you are patron to and you like what they're offering, let me know. I'm always on the hunt for new authors and I love supporting indie authors. It is Sipped and Reed's bread and butter. It's how we got started, baby. Okay? So just let me know, because if there is money to be spent on a book I will enjoy, I'm going to spend it, or I'm going to spend Sarita's. Just know it's going to get spent and it's going to get brought. So that's all I have for you guys. I would love to know your thoughts. And until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, ring a ding ding. Bye guys. Tipsy friends, I forgot the most important part, my gift.
You ready?
Yes, do I have to close my eyes?
No, it's okay. I just didn't feel like your last shouldn't be your favorite.
Taste. It's taste, guys. That's why you didn't ask. I know. Okay. Fun fact, guys. I've recently decided I'm giving up soda. So I told Sheena yesterday that pineapple soda was going to be my last. But she said my favorite should be my last and got me green soda. I regretted that decision after I finished the pineapple.
I thought you would.
So this one is going to be my last soda. Thank you. Oh, and I love goldfish. This is a good one. I'm greedy, so taste it.
And it's only 6, so they're just for you. Fuck everybody else.
Okay, I'm extremely greedy, so food is the way to my heart. Oh, thank you, sister. Randy's opened up here like last year, one by the house. So I've been taking full advantage. Srita has more willpower than me, so we only go when I really want a donut. Thank you. Oh, and they're my favorite flavors.
And you don't have to share them with anybody.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I was gonna lie and say I might share, but I don't know if that's true. They're gonna have to catch me at the right moment. No one's getting that apple fritter though. They're gonna have to catch me on the right moment. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, tipsy friends. These are my taste donuts, and I might be the only one tasting them. Thank you, sister. I appreciate this. I love you. This is so cute, the senses.
I love it too. I've got some cool things like planned.
I can't wait. Okay, guys. Well,
The only thing that could have made it better if I cooked for you, but I ain't doing that.
well, I appreciate the effort. Until the next video. Bye.